Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gear 6 video. Today we're going to be discussing the War Mode multiplayer experience in Gear 6. The Gears of War series is a third-person cover-based shooter that has a super unique multiplayer PvP experience, focusing on close-quarter combat, in-your-face personal action, with a high skill gap and steep learning curve, combining several different systems and mechanics, whether it be the third-person camera, the ability to move in and out of cover, the variety of weapons, to the squad-based gameplay, which has always been both the best and worst thing about Gears of War multiplayer. Previously, we discussed in a Gear 6 video about the fact that I believe traditional Gears of War multiplayer has peaked, and that while the original core formula works for those of us who enjoy it, the potential of Gears of War's growth is definitely limited by being cornered into such a small niche, and realistically, the Gears of War series needs to introduce a whole new multiplayer experience that is a lot more approachable on a much broader scope, and could take the future of the Gears of War franchise to the next level if it wanted to continue on for a third decade. And so I wanted to share my concept idea for a Gear 6 War Mode multiplayer experience. In Gear 6 War Mode, players will be battling on large-scale maps based on iconic famous locations across planet Sarah from the Gears of War story, in 20 vs 20 all-out warfare, tug-of-war style gameplay that features all factions including heroes and villains playable, in a new multiplayer game mode experience that blends together all the core strengths of what makes Gears of War super unique, from its universe, story lore, characters, enemies, weapons, to gameplay and so much more. War Mode would incorporate all of Gears of War factions into a balanced multiplayer PvP experience that allows players to compete and play as the true likeliness of the humans, Locust, Lambent, Deebees, and Swarm, featuring a unique roster of characters in different matchups that would totally change how Gears of War multiplayer is played today. Each faction would include a unique faction-based perk and a wide variety of playable characters, ranging from the starting tier to the heroes and villains that could be earned during the match by getting kills, playing the objective and getting points. The better you do, the better characters to spawn in as. Of course, the playable characters would have to be balanced. The higher the tier, the less that can be played at once. TC could also introduce brand new characters to any of the factions to expand the Gears of War lore. For the War Mode gameplay, each faction would feature a main base on opposite sides of the map, as well as a neutral objective in the center that would need to be captured first by either faction, with a points total or kill count total turning into a new respawn point before moving on to the secondary objective of either attacking or defending the faction base. There would be a limited timer for either the defending faction to successfully save their base, or the attacking faction attempting to win, before the match resets and both factions have to return to battling it out once again over the neutral objective in a true tug-of-war fashion. The humans faction would include the ability to build fortifications like barriers, turrets, sentries, silverbacks, to the Hammer of Dawn targeting beacons, and deploy vehicles such as rat bikes, centaur tanks, to King Raven helicopter air support. The humans faction playable characters would include a focus on variety in weaponry and different roles such as soldiers with rifles, commandos with shotguns, marksmen with sniper rifles, heavy armors with heavy weapons, engineers with repair tools, medics with healing tools, Onyx guards with full loadouts and morale rallying, to heroes such as Marcus Phoenix, Delta Squad, and more that would uniquely feature skills or abilities for the various types of characters. The Locust faction would include the ability to spawn various emergence holes across the battlefield, allowing for a faster rate of spawning to get back into the action. The Locust Horde playable characters would consist of drones with rifles, grenadiers with shotguns, snipers with sniper rifles, Pharaons with torbows, wretches with mantling and high-pitched screeches, tickers with exploding mines, boomers with boom shots and the ability to throw wretches, butchers with cleavers, maulers with boom shields and the explosive flails, flame boomers with scorchers, grinders with mulchers, canters with gorgon pistols, ink grenades and healing powers, armored canters with dual kimbo gorgon pistols, spiky armor and healing powers, shriekers with modified gorgon pistols and the ability to float mid-air, blood mounts with a rideable option for other Locust players, corpses with gigantic claws being able to bury underground, Cerapedes with electric mandibles and the ability to rear up spitting poison, Rages with breach shots and the ability to transform, mutate and become a destructive monster, Berserkers blinded by rage and a destructive melee being able to rip enemy players apart, Reavers equipped with rockets, rideable by teammates and the ability to fly around and land, Brumacs with machine guns, rockets and friendly Locust player pilots, to villains of the Locust Horde such as General Ram with his Troika gun, its serrated blade and the special power to control the crew, Cater's Scourge with his chainsaw staff, Zamil Khan riding his Shibboleth, to Queen Mira on board the Locust Tempest. The Lambent faction would include the ability for the enemy players that get killed to respawn back in as emotion-infected Lambent AI teammates, alongside playable Lambent faction characters including wretches with mantling, high-pitched screeches and exploding death, polyps with leaping and spitting emotion, drones with rifles and exploding deaths, drudges with rifles mutating into several varieties such as drudge snake heads, formers with high speed and faster melees, gunkers equipped with a mutated butcher cleaver and the ability to hurl balls of emotion, to Lambent berserkers blinded by rage and destructive speed, strength and aggression, combined with greater jumping heights and distances while expelling emotion fumes. The Swarm faction would include the ability for the hive mind to grow stronger over time so that the Swarm team's damage increases throughout the match. The Swarm playable characters include drones with rifles, grenadiers with shotguns, snipers with sniper rifles, hunters with taunt bows, juvies with mantling and high-pitched screeches, Scions equipped with various weapons and the ability to use Osmium Dust to heal and rally other Swarm drones, Pouncers with its quill-shooting tail and the ability to pounce around and onto enemy players, Snatchers being able to leap great distances, able to shoot a large quill from its tail and the ability to snatch enemy players into its pod, digesting the enemy player. Carriers with their incredible strength and melee pounding attacks also have the ability to launch biological projectiles at the enemy. Swarmax with machine guns, rockets, and friendly Swarm player pilots. Bastions able to fly and the ability to project a kinetic, impenetrable shield for allied teammates. Stumps acting out as a roaming mounted turret and the ability to launch electric attacks on nearby enemy players. To Queen Reyna with her agile tentacles able to block out enemy bullet fire and strangle enemy players to death. The Deebees faction would include the ability to spawn in on a faster rate at a lower points cost efficient price, thanks to being mass produced by Damon Bed's DB Industries, as well as possibly being combined with the Humans faction for variety and balance purposes if required. The DB playable characters contain trackers rolling around using their body as a weapon, equipped with either bolo frag or shot grenades kamikaze style, shepherds with rifles, deadeyes with sniper rifles, DR1s with shotguns and heavy weapons equipped with rocket-like boosters for swift movement and an explosive self-destructive core. Guardians equipped with both defensive and offensive capabilities, including a regenerative shield and a heavy weapon machine gun turret. Sentinels equipped with both defensive and offensive capabilities, including a regenerative shield and a heavy weapon rocket launcher. To Megamechs equipped with a industrial staple gun or a Megamech Gatling gun and a built-in missile targeting system. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your opinion on my war game mode concept, and would it be something you also want to see in Gear 6? Overall, the war game mode would be a balanced, super unique, fun, new way to experience Gears of War multiplayer that I feel like has the biggest opportunity to combine all of the greatest features of what makes Gears of War and its story universe lore, characters, enemies, weapons, campaign, horde mode, and multiplayer into one gaming experience that, powered with the Xbox Series consoles and Unreal Engine 5, could innovate and take Gears of War to all new peaks. Because Gears 6 needs to be that Gears of War game the Coercion Studio releases that has to take the Gears of War franchise to the very next level. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. If you do enjoy my Gears of War content and want to see even more videos, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel containing all of my other Gears 6 videos so far if you want to check out more like this one. If you want to support me even further, you can become a YouTube channel member to gain access to emotes, channel badges, and most importantly, early access to all new videos before anybody else. I want to give a big shout out to Starspawn, Brad Allison, Kung Fu Hot Dog, and Phonic Eddie 1234 for becoming a Shadow Knight YouTube channel member. I truly appreciate your support. So there you have it, guys, full details on my war multiplayer game mode in Gear 6. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe if you really. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.